A new law has been signed, and if you're over 65, it could directly affect how you access your Social Security benefits starting in 2026. This isn't a minor technical update. It involves your Social Security PIN, the very code that helps protect your identity, your account, and your monthly payments. And if you're not prepared, this change could lead to confusion, delays, or even temporary access issues when you need your benefits the most. For millions of seniors, Social Security isn't just extra income. It's the foundation of financial stability. It pays for prescriptions, keeps the lights on, covers groceries, and provides peace of mind. That's why any change tied to security access should immediately get your attention. A required PIN update may sound simple, but for many older Americans who are not tech-savvy or who rely on phone-based services, this shift could feel overwhelming without clear guidance. In this video, we're breaking everything down in plain English. You'll learn why this new rule was introduced, who it applies to, what changes in 2026, and what steps you may need to take to protect your account and avoid disruptions. We'll also explain how this could impact phone access, online accounts, and identity verification, so you're not caught off guard when the change takes effect. Because when it comes to your Social Security, preparation equals protection. If you value clear updates that help safeguard your benefits, hit the like button now and stay informed. You're still here because this matters, and you should be. When something touches the way you access your Social Security, it stops being abstract policy and becomes deeply personal. For millions of people over 65, that monthly benefit is the foundation beneath everyday life. It keeps food on the table, medicine in the cabinet, lights on in the house, and dignity intact. So when news begins circulating about changes connected to Social Security PIN access and new security requirements, it deserves calm, careful explanation rather than panic or confusion. Right now, many viewers are hearing the phrase "new law signed" and immediately wondering whether they are about to be locked out of their own benefits. That fear is understandable. Technology moves fast, rules shift, and too often the people most affected receive the least clear guidance. What matters most in this moment is understanding what changes could mean in practical terms, how identity protection is evolving, and how you can stay ahead without feeling overwhelmed. Security systems around financial accounts have been tightening across the country, not just within government agencies, but across banks, credit unions, and online services. The reason is simple. Fraud has increased. Scammers have become more sophisticated. Criminal networks target older Americans precisely because they know benefits arrive reliably each month. Agencies like the Social Security Administration have been under growing pressure to strengthen identity verification, and that pressure has led to conversations about updating PIN systems, phone authentication, and online account protections. If you have ever called Social Security before, you may remember being asked for a PIN or security code to verify your identity. For some people, that PIN was created years ago. For others, it may have been forgotten entirely. What policymakers and administrators have been discussing is how to modernize those systems so that accounts are safer while still remaining accessible to seniors who are not comfortable with complex technology. That balance is not easy. And that is why any change must be handled carefully. The concern many people share is not about security itself. Most people agree that stronger protection is a good thing. The fear is about being left behind. People worry about being forced into complicated apps, confusing verification steps, or digital processes they do not fully understand. That anxiety is real, and it deserves respect. No one who worked their whole life and earned their benefits should feel like access to those benefits is being turned into an obstacle course. This is why the conversation around potential PIN changes in 2026 has to be grounded in preparation rather than panic. If systems are updated, the intention is not to take anything away from you. The intention is to reduce fraud, prevent unauthorized account changes, and protect your money from being redirected by criminals. Unfortunately, many scams today involve thieves calling Social Security, pretending to be the beneficiary, and making changes because older verification methods are easier to exploit. Strengthening identity checks is designed to stop that from happening. What matters most is knowing that you are not expected to figure everything out alone. If changes move forward, agencies are typically required to provide notice, instructions, and multiple ways to comply. That may include mailed letters, phone guidance, local office assistance, and support for people without internet access. The idea that one day you will simply be cut off with no explanation is not how these systems are designed to operate, even if communication in the past has sometimes been imperfect. It is also important to understand that headlines are often written to sound more dramatic than the reality. Words like new law and required change can trigger fear quickly, especially when attached to something as sensitive as Social Security. But the truth is that policy changes, when they involve millions of seniors, tend to unfold slowly. There are transition periods, grace periods, and long timelines specifically so people have time to adjust. The year 2026 itself is evidence of that gradual approach rather than an immediate disruption. If you are wondering what you should be doing right now, the answer is simpler than you might expect. Staying informed, keeping your contact information updated with Social Security, and maintaining awareness of how you access your account are already powerful steps. Knowing whether you have an online account, whether you remember your login information, whether your mailing address is current, and whether your phone number is on file correctly can make future transitions much easier. These are not complicated actions, but they offer strong protection. Many older Americans have never created an online Social Security account because they have never needed one. That is understandable. But as services move increasingly toward digital options, having an account does not mean you must use it daily. It simply gives you another doorway to your information if you ever need it. Think of it like having a spare key. You hope you never need it, but you are grateful when you do. Another important part of this conversation involves how scammers exploit confusion. Whenever news breaks about potential changes to benefits, criminals move quickly. They send fake emails pretending to be government notices. They make phone calls claiming they can help you update your PIN. They send text messages with links that look official. These scams work because they target fear. That is why the most powerful protection you have is knowing that Social Security will never demand sensitive information through unsolicited calls, texts, or emails. If someone contacts you unexpectedly asking for your PIN, your password, or your Social Security number, that is not legitimate. The safest way to handle any communication about your benefits is to initiate contact yourself using official channels. That means calling the official Social Security number, visiting the official website, or going to your local office if you prefer in-person support. Taking control of the communication protects you from impersonation and gives you confidence that the information you receive is accurate. For many viewers, the deeper concern beneath all of this is trust. People want to know that the system they paid into for decades is still working for them, not against them. That trust is earned through transparency and clarity. It is reasonable to expect agencies to communicate clearly about any changes, and it is equally reasonable for you to ask questions, seek confirmation, and take your time understanding what is being asked of you. The idea of changing a PIN can feel intimidating if you are not comfortable with technology, but in reality, it is often no more complicated than resetting a password or confirming your identity. With proper guidance, most people can complete these steps successfully. The key is having access to patient explanations and not being rushed. Any legitimate process will allow time and provide support. If you ever feel pressured, rushed, or threatened, that is a sign you should pause and verify. There is also an emotional side to all of this that deserves acknowledgement. Growing older in a world that feels increasingly digital can sometimes feel like the ground is shifting under your feet. What used to be simple now involves screens, codes, and systems that change frequently. Feeling frustrated by that does not mean you are behind. It means the world is changing quickly. Your experience, your wisdom, and your contribution still matter just as much as they always have. That is why conversations like this should be centered around empowerment rather than fear. You deserve to understand what is happening. You deserve to be included in the process. You deserve to feel confident rather than confused. and you deserve information that respects your intelligence instead of talking down to you. If actual changes to Social Security access systems move forward over the coming years, you will see official announcements, mailed notices, and widespread coverage from reliable sources. You will not have to rely on rumors or viral posts. There will be time to prepare, time to ask questions, and time to adjust. The worst thing you can do is assume you are helpless. You are not. Staying aware already puts you ahead of most people. What you should take away from this moment is not fear, but readiness. Readiness means knowing that systems evolve. Readiness means understanding that security updates are usually designed to protect you. Readiness means recognizing scams when they appear. And readiness means trusting yourself enough to seek clarity before reacting. Every generation faces changes that feel unfamiliar. That does not mean you cannot navigate them. It simply means you deserve guidance that is clear, honest, and respectful. That is the purpose of this conversation. Not to alarm you, but to walk alongside you through the uncertainty so you feel informed instead of anxious. Your benefits belong to you. Your access to them should never feel like a mystery. And your voice, your concerns, and your questions matter in this process. The more informed you are, the more control you maintain. That is true today, and it will remain true no matter how systems evolve in the future. There is also a practical side to preparation that often gets overlooked. Many people assume preparation requires technical skills, but often it simply means keeping small records in a safe place. Writing down the phone number you used when you applied for benefits, keeping a copy of recent letters from Social Security, noting the date of your last contact, and keeping your important documents organized can make any future interaction smoother. These habits do not require advanced technology. They require only consistency, and they can make a significant difference when questions arise. Families and caregivers play an important role in this process as well. Adult children, trusted relatives, and close friends often become informal support systems when it comes to navigating paperwork and communication. Having conversations now before any changes become urgent can reduce stress later. Simply letting someone you trust know how you access your benefits, where you keep important documents, and how to support you if you need help can bring peace of mind to everyone involved. It is also worth remembering that not every change discussed in headlines becomes reality exactly as described. Policy ideas evolve, proposals are debated, timelines shift, implementation details are revised. The public often hears the most dramatic version first, while the final version is usually more practical and measured. That is another reason patience and attention to credible sources are so important. Reacting to every breaking headline can create unnecessary anxiety. You deserve facts, not fear. You deserve context, not confusion. And you deserve to be treated as a capable participant in decisions that affect your life. Staying connected to reliable information sources, asking thoughtful questions, and refusing to engage with scare tactics are powerful ways to protect yourself. If you take nothing else from this conversation, take this sense of steadiness. Change does not automatically mean loss. Security updates do not automatically mean exclusion. Awareness does not have to mean worry. It can mean confidence. It can mean readiness. It can mean knowing that you are paying attention and that you will not be caught off guard. As long as you continue to stay informed, continue to verify information before acting, and continue to trust your ability to learn what you need to know, you will be in a strong position. The system may evolve, technology may advance, and procedures may shift, but your right to your benefits remains the same. Your dignity remains the same. Your importance remains the same. That is the foundation you stand on, not headlines, not rumors, not fear, but knowledge, awareness, and the understanding that you are not navigating this alone. With clarity, patience, and reliable information, you can meet whatever changes come with confidence rather than anxiety, and with control rather than uncertainty. Now, as we reach the close of this discussion, let's reflect on the most important takeaways. Social Security is more than just a monthly payment. It is a promise, a commitment that after years of hard work, you will have support and stability in your later years. That promise remains intact even as technology and security measures evolve. The introduction of new PIN systems or verification processes is part of a broader effort to keep that promise safe from fraudsters who seek to exploit it. If you or your loved ones are over 65 and rely on Social Security, it's essential to take small, proactive steps now. Check if you have an online My Social Security account. Keep your contact details current and be wary of unsolicited communications. Remember, real agencies will never pressure you or ask for sensitive information through insecure channels. Change is never easy, especially when it involves something so vital as your financial security. But with clear information, the right support, and a calm approach, you can face these updates confidently. You have the power to protect your benefits and ensure continued access. Before we finish, I encourage you to share this video with family, friends, or anyone you know who might be affected. Spreading trustworthy information helps everyone stay informed and safe. And if this video gave you clarity or peace of mind, please hit that like button. It helps us continue creating content that truly matters to you. Thank you for watching, staying informed, and taking control of your Social Security future. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and I'll see you in the next update.